Hello, welcome to Sophie's Voice. What's the catchphrase? I saw the catchphrase in my old videos. I said something like godly wisdom in a crazy world or something like that. So here I am for Sophie's Voice. And I'm Sophie. Hi. I just wanted to get on here because I haven't done anything for a long time and I just wanted to let everyone know that I'm still here. My camera's still working and I've just been very, very busy. I just thought I should touch on a bit on the Epstein files and the things that are being revealed. It's this sort of funny thing for people that have been looking into this stuff for a long time to see people, the shockwaves going out to another ring and another ring of people being devastated by what they're finding. So it's not just, oh yeah, he was a Mossad, agent, and he was human trafficking, but it's more like people are getting a little window in on real evidence with substance of atrocities that the elite are doing against children and babies. And so last night I was watching reels, as I do. I get a bit caught up looking at reels before I go to bed. And I kept coming across people that were sort of devastated by what they were seeing in the Epstein files and maybe linked files. And now maybe there's things going around because people are maybe giving it more credence and giving victims' stories more credence. And so people are being willing to look a bit deeper and finding videos. So one of the videos last night, it was very distressing. It was a guy, looked like a pretty tough guy who's like not easily shaken. And he was weeping and he was crying like a baby and he couldn't stop himself. And I don't know what the video was that he had watched. I don't want to know. I don't want to see it. But he kept saying, how could they do that to her? And so yes, this horrible world of like that you don't want to know that it's true. The first time someone said to me that they're sacrificing babies, this is just before COVID, I was like, that can't be true. Like, what are you talking about? Like, how can it be a thing that people know about and that it goes on? Like the whole world should stop immediately if there's a baby being harmed in such a way. So it's this weird, horrible double life that we're living of that our authorities, we're upset if a dog gets hurt or if someone gets mistreated at work and everyone's whoa. And yet the idea that there could be children and babies being abused and that it's linked into authority structures is appalling. And so I was reminded of a video I made 5 years ago during COVID when I'd first fallen down the rabbit hole and I'd been seeing this kind of evidence of this kind of stuff for the first time. And it absolutely changed my life. And I think the thing is, once you realize the scope of this sort of thing, in a way, it's clarifying, once you sort of realize the reality of how our world is structured, it kind of helps you to see that you don't want it, any of it. Like anything that is based on that sort of currency of human life and suffering, you just know you don't want any part of it. So this is all about the New World Order. So it all links into the New World Order and these people that are trying to set up a control system and have been infiltrating the Christian world and our structures, which have certain kind of checks and balances to protect us from gross evil, that they've been weaseling their way into these things and into the Christian psyche with ideas that have watered down our understanding of our faith and created some shame in our Christian world. But I do believe that this is like, I think that the evil people do want absolute control. In a sense, that's what evil's ultimate goal is ultimate control and power. But I don't think, like, I don't believe that they can ultimately pull that off. They have done it in different sort of segments of the world with different, like within Russia or China, or, there's been, and Germany, of course, with Nazism, and there's been horrible periods, and all throughout human history, there's been horrible periods of when evil gets power. But this plan is to have the whole globe under that kind of power. And I think they're going to make a great go of it. And I think they're going to make a big mess. And I think there's going to be some trauma. But I just wanted to look at this video. I'd made a little bit of this video that I made back at that time when I was discovering this stuff, to see where I like because my advice is don't spend too long, like find out, get reality, get clear about what is real and get out of the illusion. But then there is a greater reality to be connected to, and that's God's reality. And so that's why it's ultimately a positive thing, because we've had a false reality that we've been living in that's been created, and it's been made to feel like the limits of our godliness are within that scope of that reality. But there is a greater reality that's opening up. And I think we got no idea yet of how extraordinary it's going to be as we walk forward through this. I really believe that. But so I'll just go to into that video and give you a little look. I'll just try and do that. I'll have to turn my mic off so it doesn't echo. But also trying not to get too focused on what is evil that's going on in the world at the moment, being aware of it, but then translating that information into what do we do about it, like keep wanting to keep connection with people and try to develop ideas about how to create networks and communities of people that are aware, so that the tighter and the yuckier things get, hopefully it won't be like that, but that we'll have preparation, that we'll be ready, and that we'll have ways of passing through whatever we have to pass through in a good way and a positive way, and that all the time focusing on that's what this is about. It's not about looking at the end of the road of whatever it is that is being planned from evil places, but it's seeing that we're going through this to God's kingdom on the earth, and that's what this is about. So recently I wrote down a word. I had a really awful night. Sometimes the information that you come across when you're looking at stuff that people are doing, believing, thinking, whatever, or things that people are setting up in the world, it can be very distressing. And I find particularly stuff around children does my head in, just devastates me. So one night I tend to be very careful about what I let in about those things, just enough to know, but some information went in that was just devastated me. So I was up crying out to God. So I asked God for a word, and this is what I got. So this is like, just when I come to God and just pray and ask for a word, and then I believe it's through the Holy Spirit. Jesus is speaking to me. He says, I've come to set the captives free. That is what I do. That is what I'm doing still. And I have come to give sight to the blind and to bind up the brokenhearted. This world is collapsing. It is beginning to collapse under its own weight, the weight of its own importance built without love. As it collapses, I want you ready to catch those that are falling and jumping. Don't fear or be distressed, no matter what the evil one puts before your eyes. Keep your attention on me, the author and perfecter of your faith. Be meek like a child and stay close to my spirit. Be obedient and listen to my words. We are going to pass through the climax of human history before long, and everything is set in place. Everything is prepared for delivery. There will be distress. There will be darkness. Deep darkness will be revealed that has never been known. But it is essential to allow it all to come to fullness, so this evil disease that has infected my creation can be forever brought under my authority, so that my holy justice will be fulfilled and righteousness can reign for all eternity. The cloud of witnesses wait with great expectancy to see the fulfillment of all that they have laid themselves down for. The heavenly hosts lead forward with great expectation to see the triumph of heaven. The praying saints on earth begin to feel the birth pangs and will get to see the almighty resolution and to see the bringing down of the mighty monolith that has cast its shadow over human history. Rise up and take your place for the most wonderful season for the children of God. Look up, for your redemption is nigh. Look up, for the winds of change are here. For as the world is falling into confusion and coming into judgment, my church will rise up and become a holy nation, a royal priesthood upon the earth. And the society built upon the kingdom of God will be established on the earth. So that's what I'm barracking for. That's my team. All right. So, hey. Oh, that's my chalk. I'm all ready with my chalkboard. I'm gonna do diagrams soon. I'm gonna sort it all out and show you how we're gonna win this battle. So yeah, I just wanted to point out sorry if the sound was really out. I don't really know if that seemed really low, the sound, because I didn't have a mic at that time. But anyway, so yeah, I apologize for that. But I just wanted to point out that in there it talked about the world coming down, like this world coming down. And I just wanted to point out that doesn't mean the physical universe. That means the world that is constructed by human beings that are based in these things that are being revealed in the Epstein files. So I encourage you to keep your mind open, keep learning, keep gathering information, but keeping your eyes heavenward and knowing that there is a greater authority and that all things can be put right. Everything can be worked together for good, and that ultimately the physical universe is always changing, and that the devastation that's caused on the physical universe can be repaired in a sense, but it's the spirit that is the eternal aspect, and that cannot be damaged by the evil one. And so everything can be repaired, everything can be made right through God, even no matter how evil and devastating it is. God has a way to make things right, because that's God's nature. All right. Bye.